Hello everybody, this is Dr. G.P. Sudhakar, Professor of Management from Hyderabad, India. Right, in this specific video, I would like to discuss how to do literature review. How to do literature review. Doing literature review. See, basically, literature review consists of three parts, three-step process. It is a three-step process, according to me. What are the first one is searching articles or articles or papers. And second step is what? Reading the paper, reading the article or paper, reading the article or paper. How to read, right? And third step, after reading, what do you do? Three-step process, right? And third step is what? Writing literature review, writing literature review, writing literature review. See, literature review for an article, for a paper what you are writing involves three-step process. First one is searching respect to articles, related articles, and second step is reading the article, how to read it, what key areas we should focus when we are reading the paper, and third thing is what? Writing the literature. After reading, how we are going to write it in our paper, right? So these are the three steps with respect to literature review, right? So first step we will see searching articles. Searching articles, how do you do? For example, I will tell you one example. You want to find out your research problem is effect of training on organizational effectiveness. That is your research problem. Let us assume that if identifying the effect of training on organizational effectiveness, that is the research topic. Example, what is the example? Effect of training on organizational effectiveness. This is your research topic you have chosen. Example, right? If to search articles for this, what kind of keywords you use? Different keywords you have to use. Different keywords. What all you can use? You can search where what says Google Scholar. I will tell you what are the different keywords. Google Scholar, DOAJ, Director of Open Access Journals, ResearchGate, Academia, academia.edu, similarly SSRN, Microsoft Academic Search, Microsoft Academic Search. These kind of search tools you can use. These are all the search tools. These kind of search tools you can use to search respect to articles. Right. For example, this is your research problem you have identified. What is that? Effect of training on organizational effectiveness. That's what is that. That means you want to find out what research statistical technique you use to find out the effect. You will be using regression technique. Right. What are the different variables you are observing in this research problem? What is the training? How do you measure training? Next one is organizational effectiveness. Another variable. If you draw the model, right? So what is the organizational effectiveness? How do you measure? Using organizational productivity, organizational performance, customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction. No, organizational effectiveness can be considered, can be measured using these parameters, right? And also innovation also. Innovation also can be one of the measure of organizational effectiveness, right? So you got the little bit idea, right? Then use different keywords. What keywords you have to use? Keywords. Factors affecting organizational effectiveness in Google. Put factors affecting organizational effectiveness plus PDF. All PDF files will come. Next, what? Role of training in organizational effectiveness. Role of training in organizational productivity. Role of training, organizational performance. Different keywords, different combination of keywords you have to use. Otherwise, training plus organizational performance plus PDF. Training plus innovation plus PDF. Like this, you have to use different keywords in Google search. You have to use different keywords. And one more thing is, for each keyword, when you enter the Google search engine, the results will come, right? Google Scholar or Google search. Take in one page of the search outcome, search results, you select at the most 5 papers per unique keyword whatever you are using. Per keyword you select only 5 papers, 5 research papers. That way you will have variety of papers. That is important. That way you will have variety of papers. That gives different factors affecting organizational effectiveness and all. Right. So if you are using second keyword, take only 5 results coming out. Third keyword, another 5. Like that, you have different combination of papers. That is one thing when you are using keywords, right? So another thing is what, you have to take staggered years. Staggered in the sense, not all papers of the same year, not all papers of the same year. Over a period of time you have to collect the papers. Over a period of time you have to collect the papers. For example, if the origin is, for example, if you want to do research on scheduling algorithms or project management scheduling, where it goes back to 1920 or 1915, right? So there is some research done that time. Our teams go back to 1940s. You know, right? 1940, 1960, 1960. A team like this. What would be the which year we can trace back oldest paper? So like that, it depends on how much is the scope you are considering for the your paper, right? So different years papers you have to collect. Different years papers, different years. Right, and also they should include recent latest year 2020 or 2019 papers as well, because your research should consider what is the current research going on across the world. From those findings also you have to include in your paper, right? So that is the reason you have, while you are searching the articles, research paper, latest research, what is going on across the world, and also previous papers, previous years in different time period you have to collect, right? And type of the paper. What is the type of papers you collect? Type of papers. What is that? Conceptual. You should collect. For literature review, you should have variety. If you are writing an empirical paper, if you are writing a primary research paper, if you are writing a review paper, you should collect all these things. Previous review studies, conceptual studies, all that. Conceptual paper. Similarly, review paper. You should review paper. And similarly, you should collect empirical studies. Empirical studies. Empirical studies you should collect. Right. You should collect conceptual review, empirical case studies. You should collect case studies. Similarly, white papers. White papers, who will produce white papers? White papers. Industry, for example, you are doing research on something in related to project management, software project management, IT management, or any other technology related project, or technology based techno management, technology management area you are doing research, If you are doing like that, then you should download papers from the industry organizations like IBM or HP, General Electric. These kind of organizations you have to download the white papers and what is that they have produced, right? Another papers what is that you have to download practice papers, industry practice papers. Practice papers are research reports. Practice papers are research reports. Practice papers are research reports. See, this is who will publish these practice papers are research reports? Consulting companies, Bain and Co, Boston Consulting Group, McKinsey, KPMG, Accenture, PwC. These kind of organizations they publish practice papers are research reports, industry research reports. They conduct a global survey on project management or some of the other areas, global survey on program management, something like that. So these kind of research reports or practice papers. They have consulted 50, 60 organizations, right? What is that they are consulting to the industry? Those practices they will keep in these practice papers. This also you have to download, right? So these kind of papers you have to collect when you are searching for relevant articles for your research. Relevant articles for your research, right? So and also if you are considering primary research you are doing, empirical research you are doing, then anyway you have to for data purpose you will be searching the databases, DBs. You will be searching the databases, right? For example, you are developing a case study. You are developing a case study. This is not an empirical paper or conceptual review paper you are developing. For example, you are writing a case study. Then what you have to do? You have to collect from newspapers. You have to collect articles from newspapers or magazines, business magazines, or trading news, Bloomberg kind of thing. Trading news, trading news, NYSE news or BSE news, Bombay Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange news, trading news. These will be your literature review. If you are writing a case study, not the journal papers. If you are writing a case study, remember, right? If you are writing a case study, main source of reference articles will be newspapers, business magazines, other trading news, different trading news, and NYSE, BSC trading news, equity market news. That can also be become source of reference articles for your case study development, right? For example, types of papers. Usually in if you are writing a review based paper, mostly source articles will be a conceptual review or empirical studies, right? Source articles. If you are writing a mm, and less used are the books. Textbooks are less used when you are writing a paper. Textbooks are less used because they will be mostly conceptual oriented. They'll be mostly conceptual oriented, right? So review papers, if you are writing a review paper means what? Basically you consider empirical studies and write the review out of empirical studies. So and so person considered these factors and identified these are the findings. So empirical studies also become sources for your review paper, or case studies will become sources for your review paper, right? So you have to focus. If you are writing if you yourself are developing an empirical paper, you have to have all the combination of all these papers. If you are no, for example, you are doing empirical study means what do you do? What you will do the secondary research and followed by the primary research, right? So to develop the questionnaire, conceptual model and all, you need all these type of papers and develop the model, then develop the questionnaire, and then go for primary research. That's what is the process, right? So that is the reason when you are searching articles, you have to have these kind of papers when you are searching source articles. And one more thing is, each paper caters a specific purpose. Whatever paper you have downloaded, it caters specific purposes in writing your paper. What is that? For example, a literature reviewed, whatever literature you collected, 50, 60 articles you collected, right? Each paper may give a variable which can be used in your conceptual model, or it can give an item which will become an item in your questionnaire what you are developing. Or it will give a statistical technique which you can use in your research, in your primary research, whatever you are doing, or it can give, it is useful after doing your study, comparison of the results. See, my research points these factors, these things, these hypotheses are proved in my research, but previously these so and so researchers found that any matching results, no, say you put it, and if any conflicting results are there, that also you highlight in your no research discussion, right, findings discussion, right. So that is the reason each literature review, whatever you gathered, each paper caters different purpose. Each paper caters different purpose. No, it can provide you a variable which can be used in your conceptual model. It can provide an item which you can use it in a questionnaire, or it can provide statistical technique which you can similar technique you can use, or research methodology. Sometimes research methodologies are also repeated. You will find similar methodologies in many papers. Research methodology it may provide that specific paper, or it is useful for you to compare your findings with the earlier done research findings in your paper, right? So these purposes a research paper caters. Okay, so you have to focus on each. Otherwise, it will give you a definition. It may be useful to include in your introduction. For example, you are writing different others definitions, right? It will be useful for you in including introduction, right? So each paper caters to different purposes, right? So and practice papers, this is the case study, right? So case study sources will be different. Newspaper articles, business magazine articles, like that, right? So this is about searching articles. What type of articles you have to search? If you are writing empirical study, different keywords you have to use. Different keywords, different years you have to collect. Different years, right? Variety of papers you have to have, right? So let's move on. And while reading the next step is what you have gathered 50, 60 articles useful for your research paper. Right. Next step is what? Reading each article. Reading each article. What do you do? Reading each article. What do you do? For example, you have taken one empirical study paper you are reading. What do you find in that? Usually, what is the methodology they followed? You have to focus. Which areas you are focusing? What is the methodology they are following? What variable they use in the empirical study? Is there any questionnaire? What are the variables they use in that? What is the conceptual model they have used, and what are the findings? What statistical techniques they used? These items you should be when you are reading. When you are reading, what are the variables they used? Variables they used. What is the conceptual model? What is the conceptual model? Huh? Next what? Next what are the findings? What are the findings? Next, statistical techniques. Statistical techniques. And any uniqueness in the methodology. Uniqueness in the methodology. Uniqueness in methodology. For example, a different methodology. For example, different papers look at for different journals look at for uniqueness in the methodology. Uniqueness in the methodology, right? So if you are having a proven methodology to for your research, also if you have a proven methodology that will help you in carrying out the research, right? Otherwise, innovative methodology also you can develop, but you should have writing of 10, 15 papers, then you will gain the experience in developing innovative methodologies, innovative research methodology. Some of the Nobel laureates, they have got Nobel Prize because of the innovative methodology they use, research methodology. So research methodology plays a key role, right? So because of the methodology, they got that recognition, right? So what is the uniqueness in the methodology? That also you can when you are reading the paper, right? So these are the items you have to focus when you are reading a paper. When you are reading a paper, then what you have to do after reading the article, right? And after reading the article, you have to proceed to writing literature review after reading the article. See, if you are my practice is, I will share it with you. My practice, per day, if I am able to spend 2-3 hours on research, I will be able to read at the most 2 research papers or 3 research papers per day. If I am spending 2-3 hours a day, I will be able to read 2 research papers or 3 research papers at the most per day. Right? What do you do after that? You make once you hit 3-4 papers, reading is over. Go here and write in your paper literature review. Once reading 3-4 papers is over, next day what do you do? Go and write the literature review. For example, author ABC, year 1980. This is the these variables are used in the conceptual model. Their research focused on finding the relationship between these variables, right? And the statistical techniques used in this research are so and so. This is how you write one paragraph. Literature review. Next word, so and so author XYZ in 1995. Then identified so and so and used the conceptual model so and so. So like this you write one more paragraph. Like that it is best practice to have next year, next author PQR, another author 2020. You write one more paragraph about his paper. So like this, literature review should consist of write up about the papers which you are using for identifying the literature gap and development of the conceptual model. Other things you may not require, other papers you may not require in the literature review. These things should be what literature you are writing in the literature review section of the paper. It should include the papers which are input for you in developing the conceptual model or questionnaire. Which are input for you. These papers are the input for you in developing the conceptual model or the questionnaire. Remaining papers you can ignore. You can ignore. For example, there is one paper which you have identified statistical techniques. Statistical techniques. That paper you can in the findings section of your paper you can write so and so paper I used this technique. I am using this technique here. You don't have to mention in the literature review that paper because your focus is statistical technique from that paper, right? Then you may specify in the section of your paper findings discussion or or discussion of the findings section, right? You don't have to mention in the literature review section, right? So one more key area is, for example, this is how literature is there, right? See, and literature review you have to write in a chronological order, year specific. No, which is the early paper, next one, recent, like that. You have to in a chronological order, year based literature review. You have to write that is systematic, year based. I will tell you what is systematic literature review towards the in another few minutes. There is one more type of review that is called systematic literature review. I will share it with you. What is it? See, this is the 3 papers you have written right in literature review. So this will become what, for example, you are developing a conceptual model. So this factor is based on 1980. ABC others has given this variable, and XYZ other 1995 has given this variable. I am finding out the relationship between the another third variable provided by PQR of 2020. This is what is that? This is nothing but the conceptual model. This is nothing but the conceptual model. You got it based on the literature review, based on these factors. These factor you are using here will be referred in this paper. It was referred in this paper. Similarly, the variable used here is referred in this paper. The variables used here referred in this paper. Right. Otherwise, you can include, for example, this is a variable you have considered variable v1 from paper a1 and item i1 item i1. This can be from the another paper, somewhere here, somewhere here at DEF, DEF 2000, DEF 2000. There is one paper. There is a small item which you can use it in questionnaire. You come and include it here, item 1. This is from DEF 2000. This is from DEF 2000. You put together everything, it will become your questionnaire. It will become your questionnaire. What is that? Variable v1 items 1, 2, 3, and this item also will come i1. Similarly, v2 variable from here. This is variable 3. Variable 3. This will become your questionnaire. That is the procedure you have to follow. That is the procedure you have to follow. When you are writing literature review, you are writing in a chronological order. You have to keenly observe for variables which are useful for your conceptual model development. Right. So this is how you do the literature review. This is how you do the literature review. This should be useful for your literature review. Should be useful in development of a conceptual model and finally the questionnaire. Right. With this, you will end the secondary research usually. Right. That is what is literature review. So review papers also. What is the review paper? This is the procedure you follow for doing primary research. Primary research, right? Up to here, you will develop the questionnaire and move on to primary research. Move on to primary research. Here you enter the secondary research, right? So you take the questionnaire and go on to administer the questionnaire, right? That comes under primary research, right? If you are writing a review paper, in review paper also, what is that happens? You consider all these input papers and write here, and also you can highlight what is what are the important findings, what are the any critique you want to write, that also you can include. And you may develop conceptual model, and then what do you do in review paper? You will propose the hypothesis. You will propose the hypothesis h1 h2 like this, h3 hypothesis in review paper, right? And after defining the hypothesis, you will close the review paper here itself. Here itself, right? So like this, uh, uh, like this, you have to do the literature review. You have to do the literature review. So far, what is that we learned? We learned searching articles as part of literature review. First step is we should search the relevant articles. Next, we should read the article, and we have to identify key areas, focus areas in reading the paper. Next, further move on to writing literature review. And one more here important point is, for example, you have collected 50-60 papers as reference papers for your paper, for your research paper, the developing research paper, right? Until you read all 60 papers, you don't write literature review, you will forget whatever you have written. It is better one day spend 2-3 hours, and whatever 2-3 papers you have written, you have read, you write it in the literature review. Next is in the second day, write it in the literature review, and third day go and read another 3-4 papers, and fourth day you write the literature review. That way, one day you read articles, 3-4 articles, and second day you read the literature review. If you wait to complete all 50-60 papers, that would be I mean, this is the procedure I follow. So just I am sharing. So that would be difficult. You forget whatever you have read, or you get confused because you will be hitting 50-60 papers in one chart, right? So that is one of the best practice which I thought of sharing. Right. So I think we covered and search engines. You have to use different search engines. Source articles also. Right. If you are writing a book, take research papers as your input. Don't take another book as your input. Reference articles. If you are writing a book, take research papers as input references for your paper. Don't take another book. Don't take another book. See, books are less used in writing a book. For example, management book, if you want to write, if taking another book is less used as a reference in writing a textbook. Usually, it is best practice to take research papers, case studies, any conceptual papers, these kind of papers, and source it as input to your textbook instead of taking another textbook and producing the same thing. Right. So that is one of the best practice. When you are writing a book, take papers and construct your book. Right. So I think that is about doing literature review for the books. Right. So I think I thought this is how we do the literature review. Right. Hope I have shared whatever I thought of sharing. Right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. If it is useful, I will be happy. Just focus couple of minutes and see the board.